Gun violence has torn many families apart. It has been a heartache to the urban community and something that has to come to an end. Gun violence prevention is something that people should lean towards. People have to constantly strategize how to make it out of the most dangerous cities. According to African American legislatures' perception of firearm violence prevention article, firearm related morbidity and mortality remain a major public health issue. According to Peyton's article, in 2010, suicides and homicides were among the top 10 causes of death in the United States. Studies have had significant evidence that the availability and the number of firearms in a community or home increases the number of mortalities in an area. The issue is everywhere, but in many minority communities, it is the leading cause of death. Several factors go into gun violence. Some of these factors include the sheer number of individuals who own firearms, the introduction of new weapon models, domestic violence, gang and drug activity, inappropriate storage of firearms, and mental health issues. This goes to show communities lack the resources to prevent gun violence. If more communities implemented activities and clinics that would give children a safe haven or receive help for mental health issues, this would prevent a lot of violence. Also, adding job opportunities as well. African Americans have the highest homicide rate than any race, and typically, their communities lack the most resources. African American teens and young adults take the leading age in those deaths as well. Each year, 36,383 Americans die from gun violence. 12,830, which is 35%, is homicides. In 2015, the number of homicides in Detroit, Michigan was 295, St. Louis, Missouri, 188, Chicago, Illinois, 488, New York, 351, Los Angeles, California, 283. Out of the top 10 cities in 2015, 40.8% were black, 15.2% were Hispanic, 12.5% were unemployed, and 24.6% were poor.
95s, right? Yo, where these? Damn, nigga ain't even breathing, man. Little dumb. He's dead, man. He's coming back, man. Come on, nigga. Keep going. Shit. Damn.
This is a problem not only in urban communities, but worldwide. Death by gun violence is a problem that can't be swept under the rug. A disagreement shouldn't have to end with the loss of a loved one, nor should anyone have to ever have this fear or feeling. There are many ways to prevent this, and we need to take a stand.
There is power in the name of Jesus. I just tell each and every last one of y'all that have kids, tell y'all kids y'all love them every day. Tell them you love them every day. Keep them with you, Lord Jesus. These streets is not right.
Where are you from?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Do you know anybody affected by gun violence?
Yes.
What's their age?
15 years old.
Houston, Texas. Yes, 19.
Detroit, Michigan. Yes. 18.
Pardon? Yes. 14.
St. Louis, Missouri, yes, 18.
It's not a safety issue. It's a political issue. They care more about control and more of it. Their goal is to eliminate the Second Amendment.
We, the NRA, believe that guns are not an issue, it's the people behind them. We are here to educate people on the safety of using firearms. We do believe in promoting shooting sports and allowing people to protect themselves, But instead of pointing at everyone that owns a firearm, we should be looking at certain ones. The people with mental health issues and criminals should not have any access to a firearm. There is an excessive amount of guns in the American population, but that isn't the reason for gun violence. No matter how many guns you take away, there are still many that are illegally owned and that will never be found but used. There are people easily accessing firearms at gun shows without background checks, and we believe there needs to be better control over it. So by adding more gun control, it's making something illegal even more illegal, and it won't change anything. All of this violence in urban communities is occurring in places of extreme poverty, bad schools, gangs, drugs, people with no jobs, and broken homes. Gun control isn't going to help any of these things. Democrats have failed to improve education systems, economic stability, and encourage independence from government systems. Another reason behind all of this is the early release of felons. When all you're going to do is turn around and arrest them again and give them another early release, it isn't going to change anything. Democrats want so much gun control on assault rifles, but 97% of gun deaths are from handguns, along with 80% of gun deaths being gang-related. If there's going to be after-school programs, it should be free to the community, mainly because money is a big factor in which why children are in the programs, leading to free transportation as well to get them there and back home safely. With that being said, gun laws aren't going to change anything, and instead, people need to help those that are less fortunate and have mental issues.
Then the anti-gun goof troop rises to action, screaming for more gun control, using violence from the hood to pad their gun death stats to scare suburban housewives into believing that America is a war zone.
Some solutions that could help prevent violence is creating after-school programs that are flexible to both parents and children. It is said that availability